Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bob Ginnon. I'm from Paypro Corporation. I'm the employee benefits consultant, and we'd like to welcome you to a webinar specifically on eMindful. And today we should be talking about the capabilities of what eMindful can do for your employees. Obviously, during these stressful times, let me regress and say hopefully everybody's safe and sound in my assumed homes. I'm working from my home right now, so are the other panelists. And again, we want to make sure everybody's safe and sound. That's first and foremost. But also safety does count for how people deal with stress and deal with all the capacities of the environment in which we're in today. And that's the reason why at Paypro, we are a human capital management firm. And being in human capital management space, we are very heavily involved in the benefits piece. And this product, or this is a employee engagement program that we're excited to talk about today. We do have Rachel Scheinberg, who is going to do a majority of the discussion points for our presentation, and Rachel will be talking to you shortly. And the webinar roughly runs anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes based upon the questions that the people in the audience do have. If you do have a question, by all means, please feel free to type it into the system, and we would be able to answer those appropriately at the end of the presentation. So again, thank you very much for attending. We're excited at the opportunity. And Rachel, if you're available, pass the torch to you. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Scheinberg, and I work with our clients in bringing very successful and meaningful engagements for their employees with the eMindful platform. And what we'll talk about a little bit today is we'll show you what you have access to and what your employees will have access to. We'll talk about the background about eMindful, and we'll go into a demo video. And then we can discuss, just some housekeeping items about, what's involved in getting started and addressing any questions. So eMindful has been around for over 12 years. We like to say we've been doing mindfulness since before it was cool. And the way we developed our programs was in partnership with leading universities throughout the world, most of them being in the US. We offer live and on-demand classes. And our live classes are available throughout the day. They range from on-demand content that's as quick as 1 and 2 minutes. Most of our live programs are either 14 minutes or 30 minutes. Our 14-minute programs are called mindful dailies. Those happen every 2 to 3 hours. And the reason why they're 14 is that that's actually 1% of your day. 14 minutes. And every day there is brand new, fresh content. So, that's one of the reasons why people really feel a strong engagement with these programs and keep coming back to them. But more importantly, they're available for employees whenever they need them. We really designed our programs with several things in mind. First and foremost, keeping the programs validated by data-driven evidence. So we do take, very easy, quick survey questions of the participants in the program so that we can be delivering, outcomes and updates to the clients who offer these programs to their employees. And, as I mentioned, again, these are evidence-based programs. So they've been designed with leading researchers as to what makes a difference for people in building skills that help them in their everyday moments. So not just, taking a few breaths to relax, but also helping people build skills so that they can use them during stressful moments in life, which unfortunately too many of us are having too many of these days. In ways we didn't expect. You'll also see that we've applied some elements into the programs that allow people to actually do good for a social purpose they believe in. We work with about 20 different charities, and we're able to allow participants to choose a charity of their choice and then donate for every minute that they participate in mindfulness. eMindful makes a donation to that charity. So that's also a really meaningful element of these programs, not just knowing that you're doing something good for yourself, but also that you're doing something good for others. This is a sample calendar of a week's worth of mindful daily programs. So every day there is a new subject, and they range from things from, helping people with sleep, to helping challenging moments, to, difficult conversations. And again, these are 14 minutes long. They happen every 2 to 3 hours. You'll see in the demo how a person actually tunes into when's the next one available, or I don't have any time during my workday. Is there one available at 9 p.m. that I can attend? So they'll be able to see the schedule of when they're offered. And the fact that they're new and changing really seems to appeal to people. And we all have this inherent interest to want to find new and fresh things all the time. So they like it. The other thing to mention is that because these are live classes, during this, this social distancing time, when we all have less social interactions than we are used to, or that we'd like, just the fact of getting to connect with a group is really valuable, in ways that we didn't really appreciate before. So in addition to having the live classes, there's also hundreds of hours of on-demand content. And again, the on-demand content ranges anywhere from 1 minute long sessions to 14-minute long sessions to 20 and even 30-minute sessions. So there's a range of topics. People can select what they want. We've bundled a lot of things together so that if someone was looking for help with the anxiety they're feeling, they could look at 7 programs together and pick the one that appeals to them the most, and then listen to the others if they wanted. They could binge watch these if they want, which I've heard some people do. But this just gives you a sampling of the topics that they might see when they log on. Since March, and knowing that we have increased stress in our lives, we have continually served up new collections and content to address the stress that people are feeling. So, a very popular one these days is the COVID-19 collection, which again, gives people content that teaches them skills to relieve the anxiety they're feeling, and to remember to, give some care to themselves, even when things feel overwhelming. This is just another snapshot of what they actually see in the actual experience. And again, just pointing out that certain things are bundled and certain things are available on their own. And even when they're bundled, it just opens up a new window of a few different programs falling within that category. Following the George Floyd news and all of the aftermath that we experienced, we served up new collections of content that again help people deal with some of the difficult emotions we were feeling. And again, what you're seeing here is actually a copy of a digital flyer that we would provide to you so that you could be sharing this with your employees. Employees might also see this in their actual experience when they log on, but we'd be providing this to you so that you could be using it in your communications as well. I talked a little bit before about how employees have the opportunity to choose a charity of their choice, and then every minute of mindfulness that they participate in translates to a donation to that charity. So we've created these groups where a person's actually asked to state their purpose. Why do you want to give back to Veterans Path or to Meals on Wheels? And in so doing, they're collecting now their mindfulness minutes with the rest of the groups. So it's one thing to see that you've listened to 200 minutes, and it's another thing to see that your group has actually listened to 200,000 minutes, and that's all been translated into donations to that charity. So again, mindfulness for a greater purpose, because we recognize that we all want to help, and this just gives us another way to do that. It's forming a deeper connection, and the deeper connection also can be used within your company. So we have certain companies that have, everyone's banded together to form a group, and they donate together. And sometimes it's been for a company's pet pet charity when that charity is able to work with us. So we welcome recommendations for additional charities, because that is sometimes a nice way to motivate people to do mindfulness and use the benefits you're providing and give back at the same time. This is an example of a client who her son was deployed in the military, and she was feeling anxiety around that. So she turned to mindfulness because she heard it could help her, and it was a benefit offered by her employer. And she joined one of these groups that gave back to Veterans Path. And in doing so, she was able to connect with a few others using mindfulness for military-related interests, and that helped her even more. And so it really was just a win-win-win in how her company was able to help her, she was able to help herself, and help others that were very meaningful to her. Getting started, I'm giving you a snapshot here of what your employees will see when they either log in online or when they use the native app we've developed. So there's an eLife app that's free, everyone will have access to. We encourage it because sometimes it's just easier to use it at an off time when it's on your phone or your iPad. But this is what they see. And we ask for their minimal information. You notice it asks for a display name. So when a person is using eMindful, whether it's in a live class or on demand, the only thing that shows is their display name. So if someone's worried that they don't want to appear in a class where the others might know them, that's not an issue because they can pick whatever display name they want to use. We like to think about this as a sort of first line of defense. We all know there is still a stigma around mental health. It's improving, but there is still a stigma around mental health. So when someone's having relationship issues or stress over a concern that they're not really yet ready to share with others or engage with a therapist yet, this is sort of a non-stigma way for getting help. And so just asking for a display name, again, helps them keep anonymity if that's important to them. If someone's using the app, this is one of the communications we provide to you, showing them what it looks like in the App Store, how they download it, which most people know. But the thing I point out here is that they do have the option of choosing an employee account or a personal account. If they choose a personal account, it's actually going to ask them for payment. So, we encourage them choose employee account. And then in that next screen where they're asked for a company name or ID, they can simply put in Paypro, and then that unlocks it for them, and they're able to register. And again, it looks very similar whether they do this on their computer or on a mobile device. This is an example of another type of communication we'll be providing to you so that you can be growing awareness with your employees about what they have access to. And again, there's links in there to download the app if that's what they prefer to do. Again, we provide a few more types of collateral for you to use, whether you embed it in a newsletter to employees or put it on an intranet. We provide it in a few different formats. These are some marketing tiles that can be used in social media that all have embedded links to your Paypro access so that an employee can see this and then simply click on it to register and get started. And now I'm sure that you're all maybe curious for what the experience actually looks like. So there's a 2-minute video prepared that sort of shows you the demo of what the experience is like and what being in a live class is like. So I'm going to start it right now.
Welcome to eLife, your safe oasis for support during this challenging time. Here you will find mindfulness resources to help you navigate through COVID-19 and the next normal. As you begin with eLife, you will notice that your experience is personalized to drive results for you. Our personalized approach allows you to specify your familiarity with mindfulness, choose your intention, and select mindfulness topics, skills, and teachers that are right for you. As an eLife participant, you have access to live, expert-led, interactive mindful daily sessions located here. These 14-minute mindfulness sessions are offered multiple times per day. every day of the week. The topics of these mindful daily sessions relate to moments that are common in our daily lives, such as anxiety, mindful parenting, financial stress, mindful eating, sleep, navigating difficult emotions, and more. Simply select a session that works best for your schedule and see how our community builds connection during this time of isolation. Something that sets our solution apart is our sessions are delivered live by expert teachers who you see here. Our teachers provide real-time perspective, accountability, and personalized mindfulness practices. Let our teachers guide you to what you need in the moment. If you are new to mindfulness, you may want to visit our learning series here. You also have access to hundreds of hours of on-demand content with relevant, fresh content daily. Popular sessions during this time include calming uncertainty and confusion, being present with discomfort, improving sleep, and managing anxiety. Rallying around a sense of purpose may help you cope with the challenges of COVID-19. Our Vibe Tribes community located here allows you to connect with others while building purpose and social good. Participants select a Vibe Tribe, such as our COVID-19 Tribe Compassionate Connection. And for every minute of mindfulness you practice, we'll donate those minutes to charity. Remember, eLife offers you a personalized experience to manage heightened stress and anxiety whenever and wherever you like via our mobile app or the web. Explore our solution today and make every moment matter.
Bob, let me turn it back to you.
All right, great. Rachel, thanks so much for the insight into eMindful. I've looked at it, I've used it on my personal adventure, if you want to call it that. I have 5 kids living at home with a dog. Wireless went down, anxiety went up. I'm sure we're all talking about the same thing with everybody in the audience working from home, but these are programs that Paypro partners with. We see the value in what we bring to an equation. We think about these things very thoroughly. So Paypro, for some of the people on the call, I think there's a good portion of people that are not 100% familiar with our organization. Paypro is a human capital management firm, and we've been around 26 years. We're privately held. And service is our mantra. And we have a robust platform that from our capabilities of managing the workforce of your employees, we have employee management HR, we have benefits with the ACA and compliance, we have time and attendance with clocks, geofencing, biometrics, and clearly payroll. With respect to the benefits, which is under my division, clearly if we're able to have conversations about our benefits consulting arm, which again incorporates our robust platform that this slide is talking about, we are partnered with Kronos on our platform, and we are excited to have conversations with some people in the audience pertaining to who we are, what we do, and what we have done to help others in these similar situations. But I do believe eMindful is something that is first and foremost on a lot of people's minds as it pertains to looking at their employees, keeping them happy, keeping them less stressed in an environment where clearly we're really testing our own measurements of how patients can be maximized. So again, we appreciate Rachel, we appreciate this partnership that we're forming with eMindful, and we'd love to talk further with everybody about it. If we go to the next slide, Rachel, please. Is there any questions in the audience? Is there an opportunity, Rachel, to maybe unmute people just in case, if we could do that? Is that possible? Or is it more through the typing?
Amy, are you able to unmute people or read their questions?
Well, I got one.
I was going to say, I can unmute everybody, but I did ask that they put their questions in the chat if that's
okay.
possible.
See, I'm going rogue. I apologize on that for everybody. I do have one question that popped up, and clearly that one question is what is the cost structure involved in this? I will clearly get to that. I think that we're talking about that on the next slide. And again, the cost of this is quite frankly nothing for the value that you're getting for this service. It's unbelievable. And again, we as an organization are aggregating our relationships with our clients and with eMindful. So we'll get to that very shortly. Sorry about that. My phone went off. Any other questions? I don't see any popping up at this moment. Maybe we could go to that next slide, please. So obviously, what is the next steps for everybody in the audience? First and foremost, the cost structure. We're pricing this out on a per case basis because there's some variables to it. But just to give everybody, there's a 30-day free trial. So free for the first 30 days. What we're stating is if there's opportunities where people in the audience say, hey, we are interested in this, you reach out to me. My contact information is stated below. Email me, call me, or that's my cell phone number, the last number. We would then have the opportunity to turn that service on for the first 30 days. The eligibility starts on the following of the first month. So if you are interested in the audience, it's free for 30 days. So that would start August 1st to August 31st, and then billable following that. The billable charges, roughly anywhere from $2 to $3 PEPM. Again, the cost structure is so minimal to the value that we feel that this will deliver to your employees. And again, once we speak individually, there will be a formal proposal given to you for signatures and sign-offs. We at Paypro will be administering the billing for eMindful to you as the employer. For clients that are using us already as payroll or benefit clients, we clearly have your eligibility data, meaning the employee count, and that's very simplified for us. So we're trying to keep it very simplified for everybody in the audience. So free 30-day trial, minimal $2 to $3 per employee per month charge for after that 30-day free trial. And hopefully we have some discussions in the future after this phone call. Next, please. Is that the last?
Yeah, that's it.
That's my last slide. I apologize. So I just wanted to say thank you again to Rachel Scheinberg for her overview on eMindful. I appreciate everybody in the audience participating on a beautiful day like today. But we at Paypro are here to help in any capacity. And again, just to clarify, you do not need to be a Paypro client to take advantage of the eMindful services. So be aware of that. We're here to help. And thank you very much for your time. Everybody enjoy your day.